Hello. Somebody give me a sound check. Hello. Sound check. Somebody, anybody. Anybody, somebody. Somebody, anybody. Yeah, man. I seen you on the wire, man. Ah. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. This is crazy. Hold on, let me look this up. Okay, who's the weirdo that gave me a thumbs down? Why are you even watching me, hater? Wow. Who else? How's everybody? Everybody good? Good. Okay. Strictly Hollywood. Listen, Diddy fatigue is real. Diddy fatigue. Another thumbs down. What in the hell? You guys are gay. If you're gonna watch me and give me a thumbs down, you're gay. It is what it is. You're gay for watching me, even though you don't like me. So why you watch me? That's super gay. Super gay, super weird. Look at another thumbs down. Yes, that just lets me know there's super gay people that watch me. I'll take it, whatever. It's whatever. All right, real quick. Okay. Hollywood show, TV, film, movies. I'm burned out on Diddy, but there is a subject I want to kind of go over real quick, and it features the dangers of being a content creator. Okay. For everybody that's out here on YouTube basically chasing fame, there's a lot that comes with it. I personally could care less for the fame. Y'all can have it. Y'all can be famous for me. That's how I look at it. So let me see, what do I have? Let me get all my stuff in. Let me get all my clips in a row first. All right, let me get all my clips in a row. Let me get all this stuff lined up. This. Okay. This is mainly a Hollywood stream. Okay. But once again, I do want to tackle the subject of the dangers of being a content creator. Another gay person just gave me another thumbs down. Thank you, you super gay weird people, mainly men that don't like me, but you watch me, which is, oh my God. I guess it's a compliment. That's the only way I could take it, as a compliment. Super weird, obsessive compliment. Okay. Cynical one, what's happening? Let's get to it. Tisa Tells. Now, I'm no fan of Tisa Tells. I don't care for Tisa Tells. Matter of fact, I don't care for Lovely T. I don't care for Tasha K. I don't care for Tisa. I don't care for none of the tea sipping gossip women. Do I hate their guts? No. Do I have a personal issue with them? No. I just don't watch their content. Their content to me is not important. Right? Now, unfortunately, with our people, their content is important to the vast majority of melanated folks. That's the sad reality. I don't debate it. I don't argue. I don't try to combat it. Okay? Our people are consumed with entertainment, content, low vibrational that really doesn't add anything to you guys' lives. Hey, it's not my place to judge. You like what you like, if that's all that matters. Now, the dark side to this YouTube content creator thing is there are people out here, right? Because some of you guys live to be recognized in public. Listen, if you think you see me in public, it's not me. I'm going to deny. Okay, if I'm in Texas and somebody runs up, hey, ain't you super sly? I'm like, who? What is that? No, wrong person. I will deny. Okay, if you think you see me and you pull up a screenshot of me like, oh, that's him, and you walk up on me, hey, yo, ain't you super sly? And I'm like, what? Who? What? No. And you're like, nah, man, this not you. No, sir, I don't know what you're talking of. What is a super? I don't know what that is. Wrong person. This is you. No, it's not me. Okay, I'm gonna pull that. I don't want to be recognized. I don't want to launch a tour and have meet and greets because people are weird, man. Hey, listen, there's people out here that hate your guts. Okay, there are people out here that hate your guts and are just looking for the opportune time to express how much they don't like you. Right? So Tisa tells, regardless of my personal thoughts of her, clearly she wants to be famous. Okay, without a doubt. There's no way that you can do this at certain levels and not want to be famous. Now, once again, which kind of goes against what I'm saying. Listen, if I ever hit 100K, I'm cool, but I don't want fame from this. Okay, I never got into this to be recognized in public. I like the freedom and abilities to move around wherever I go, unrecognized, and nobody bother me. That is freedom in itself. Okay, celebrities tell you all day they just wish they can go out one day and not be recognized. Michael Jackson would go out in disguises just so he didn't be recognized, so he can feel like a regular, normal person. A lot of you guys chasing this fame is all right. I hope you get what you're looking for. You know, as many times as Angry Man has threatened people online. All right, there's somebody out there looking for you, Angry Man. But let me get to it. Let me go and get to it. Didn't a chick get shot in a meetup a couple? Yeah. We had a Mexican woman. Matter of fact, the Mexican woman not too long ago, she was gunned down. Right? Hold on. Let's go over that real quick. Mexican influencer. She was shot on a live stream. Was that her? Now listen, I'm in these Telegram groups, and I got all the. I'm in it. I'm in these groups with all the videos of people not surviving, and I came across her video. Didn't know who she was, and for about a week I was like, okay, and come to find out it was her. That her video that I watched her get gunned down during a live stream. So this woman here, what was her name? Valeria Marquez. She was only 23 years old. She was only 23 years old. Yeah, they got her up out of here during the live stream.
Dead in terror when a 23-year-old beauty influencer was shot dead on camera at her salon in western Mexico. Valeria Marquez had thousands of followers on social media, where just moments before her death, she showed off a stuffed animal that was delivered to her. Then in her...
This is the live that she got gunned down in. Because what ends up happening is she looks up, she sees somebody, and then she takes one to the chest, and then another one to the chest. You know what? Let me see if I can. Not that I'm gonna show it, but I remember watching the video, and because it looked like she didn't get a headshot towards the end, but she took a hit. So she hits it in the chest, I think, and then somewhere in the shoulder, and she kind of folds over, and then as her head is like this. So yo, you seen it? Yeah. She. They did her dirty, man. Wait. Let me my Telegram. And you know what? Listen, in the 80s, as kids, Faces of Death videos. Some were staged, some were real. And look at us now, actively looking for snuff films. Listen, we don't even have to look for it. It's posted everywhere you go. You don't have to go to the deep dark web to find these videos. They're everywhere now. Damn, did I save it? Let me check my Telegram folder. Did I even say that? I don't think I even said, because I was like, who is this? Oh, they took her out. I'm like, okay. Yeah, they did her dirty. But anywho, let's get back to it.
Her final few seconds, she's seen looking into the distance.
Yeah, and this is the moment that she takes the first one to the chest.
Right before she is shot dead. Jalisco state authorities said a man entered her salon and fired at her, and she had no vital signs when medics arrived. The suspects have yet to be identified, but the case is being investigated as a suspected femicide. A rampant problem in Mexico, a country that has seen staggering level of violence against women and girls.
Okay, so like I said, when I hear women in the States, you know, complain about they're in danger, like, bitch, you're not in danger. You're not in danger here, not like that to that degree. Let's see here.
The murder of a Mexican beauty influencer has sent shockwaves across the country.
Hoy andaba haciendo unas cosillas.
23-year-old Valeria Marquez shot to death during a TikTok live stream on Tuesday.
Ya viene.
Her followers watched her final moments live in this video.
Hola. Sí.
In the minutes before, as she recorded from the beauty salon where she worked in Zapopan, central Mexico.
Pues que te lo quieren entregar a ti.
She mentions how someone had stopped by earlier promising to bring an expensive gift.
Ya viene.
Later on, clutching a pink stuffed animal, Marquez looks out of frame before saying, "They're coming," and a voice in the background asks for her by name.
Sí.
Marquez replies yes, then leans over to mute the sound on the live stream. Horrifically shot to death in moments after, we will not show. But after, a person appears to pick up her phone, their face briefly showing on the live stream before the video ends. The identity of this person and their relationship to the crime hasn't been publicly identified. It would be the last video for Marquez, a rising online star in Mexico with nearly 200,000 followers between Instagram and TikTok. Now Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum,
con esta lamentable situación.
vowing justice. The prosecutor's office has not named a suspect, but said the killing is being investigated as a possible femicide, an intentional murder of a woman due.
Oh no. Plot twist. You ready for the plot twist? I'll let it play out. Plot twist.
To her gender.
You said you were horrified by this, but were you surprised?
I was horrified, and in one sense, I was not surprised.
Paulina Garcia del Moral is an assistant professor who studies gender violence in Mexico and Latin America.
It is quite common, even though it has been codified as a federal crime. The fact is that violence against women, including feminicide, is on the rise in Mexico.
There were 847 femicides reported last year by the government of Mexico. That accounts for nearly 1 out of every 4 homicides with female victims. Fighting femicide was a big part of Sheinbaum's recent presidential campaign in Mexico. And while the murder of Marquez is still being investigated, Garcia del Moral says femicide is a pervasive problem in Mexico that will take time.
Oh, yo, my dad made me watch it. I think I was 10 when my dad made us watch Faces of Death. The one that I remember the most was there was a burglar and he got eaten up by the Dobermans. I remember a guy parachuted into a swamp full of alligators. Of course, we couldn't confirm if the electrocutions were real, but they looked real enough. And then you had Faces of Death 2, 3, 4. Like as we got older, they were like saying some of them were staged, but for the most part, they say the first one is pretty real. It's pretty spot on. Yeah, I was a kid watching this stuff. My dad, I'm like, why is my dad making me watch this? Like, I'm not going to question it because it's my dad, you know?
To address.
There has to be change at the institutional level to recognize the institutional responsibility for creating conditions for women to be murdered with impunity. And if that can change, then yes, I believe there could be change, but that's going to be really hard.
Marissa Parra joins us tonight from Miami. So, Marissa, if you talk to human rights groups, they'll point out that in places like Mexico, femicide happens because the punishments just aren't there for the men who are killing these women in cold blood. What more do we know about that?
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because we know it varies state to state. And it's not just the punishment itself, Tom. We know that the punishment can vary anywhere between 50 to 60 years in places like Oaxaca. But then in a place like Michoacan, the punishment can be 20 to 50 years in prison. But that's just the punishment itself. Even the definition of femicide, what meets the criteria for femicide, varies state to state. But on top of that, the punishment does not find every person that is the perpetrator. There's various investigations that have to be done. They're very complex. Not every state has the resources to do that, Tom. And according to Amnesty International and organizations like that, 95% of femicide cases go unpunished, which, as we heard from the expert there, a big reason why this remains such a pervasive problem in this country of Mexico, Tom.
Yet you don't see the Mexican women online talking about the Mexican men are not protecting us. They're not protecting us. Malcolm X said we're the most unprotected group of women on the planet. You don't hear Mexican women saying that, but let's continue.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, so let's get to the plot twist. The plot twist. Where's that? Come on, give me. For real, Gmail. Oh my god, it's so effing slow. It's not even funny at this point. You know what? I'll just go straight to Twitter and not even waste time. Let me pull up a Twitter. Valeria Marquez. Okay, wait, now say that name. Let me back to line about the opening numbers now. Here we go. Yes. Nope. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to find damn link. Here we go. All right, plot twist, y'all. Plot twist. This is the man that ordered the hit. This man works for, guess who? New Jalisco's. Y'all gonna learn to put some respect on these cartels. Okay, New Jalisco's. Yeah. New Jalisco's. Okay, let me find this thing in, what's his name? Ruiz? Ricardo Ruiz. Okay. All right. Update, y'all. Update. Okay, U.S. sanctions Jalisco cartel leader for femicide in Mexico. All right. The CJNG member was announced as a prime suspect in Valeria Marquez's murder. So the U.S. Department of Treasury Office of Foreign Assets Control announced the sanction of a cartel. 4 other members of the Jalisco cartel have been sanctioned. One of the commanders, Ricardo Ruiz Velasco, has been named the prime suspect in the murder of Mexican influencer Valeria Marquez, who was shot in a salon, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. The CJNG uses murder as a tactic to intimidate rivals, including sending messages to other cartels through the targeted killings of women. Once again, the U.S. is not ready for this type of violence. You're just not. Okay, you didn't have a rough life. Okay, you didn't have a tough life. You just having a tough night, right? Let's continue. The vicious attack highlights the brutal prevalence of femicide or the killing of women on account of their gender in Mexico. So just being a woman puts you at risk. Okay? Let's see. CNJ founder Ruben El Mencho, along with other members, was targeted in the sanctions in connection with drug trafficking, blah, 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 blah. Offered a $15 million reward. Yeah. Okay. Good luck with collecting that bounty. So that's what we got so far. And everything else is in Spanish.
Ya viene. No, sí. Hola. Valeria? Sí.
Hey, Valeria. Yes.
Ya viene.
Okay. Hey. All right, so we got a suspect, cartel member. What did she do to be involved with? I mean, given off what they're saying,
Secretary Scott Bessent publicly connected the Valeria Marquez case to his department's recent sanctions action. So he's pretty much stating that he knows who was the person that unalived Valeria Marquez. But the crazy thing about this is that why is the U.S. actually releasing this and not people from Jalisco? Right? Like, it's just so weird. I would have never expected the U.S. to step in, right?
Yeah.
So that makes it even more weird.
That's true. It's a guy from Cartel.
Yeah, so this is from like different sources, but it says U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent publicly connected the Valeria Marquez case to his department's recent sanctions action. In the June 18th statement, he said that Ricardo Ruiz Velasco, a lieutenant in the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, is a suspect in the of social media influencer Valeria Marquez, who was allegedly his romantic partner and was unalived while live video streamed. To summarize, the Treasury sanctioned Ruiz Velasco as part of an operation targeting cartel leadership. In the same announcement, Bessent explicitly named him as a suspect in Valeria Marquez unaliving. I think that makes it even more weird, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So that we got our suspect. Why would they go after and name him specifically? This is in Mexico, y'all. This is Mexico business. Has nothing to do with the U.S., right? All right. So getting back to content creators chasing fame. Y'all be careful out here because there are people waiting to get at you. So is this it? Okay, let's go with Tisa Tells. Once again, I have no issue with Tisa Tells. I just... content, just gossip content. It's like, so it's such low. It's very low on the totem pole, right? It's not high value content. It's just entertainment at the lowest denominator. Like, it's the Inquirer, it's Star Magazine, right? Yeah, the aliens and Elvis is still alive. I get it, right? But it's not to be highly respected. But the bigger issue is for those out here chasing fame, or what comes along with being famous or easily recognizable. Y'all be careful out here. Let's go.
Ratchet, you did not call out Tisa Tells. Ratchet TV is so shiesty.
Okay, now, first thing I noticed, this is not a good looking woman. Tisa Tells is a good looking woman, so there is a colorism issue underlying. Okay, this is not a good looking woman. Okay, let's get that out the way. Okay, let's get to it. Let's go.
You did not call out Tisa Tells. Ratchet TV is so shiesty. Hold on. Sherlon, watch my purse. I gotta go. He's about to call out Tisa. This is all so nefarious.
That's it. Give me the money, man.
Hold on, guys. Let me change my camera around.
What is happening here?
He's calling out Tisa Tells. That's what's happening. And I'm here for her. She lied 1,000 times. She's a liar who lies, period.
Okay, so the voice you hear in the background is another content creator. He's live streaming while basically calling out or attempting to call out Tisa Tells while she's doing her live stream during the coverage of the Diddy trial. So she's on live reporting. He's going live calling her out while she's reporting. Okay, once again, clout, fame is a dangerous drug. Y'all be careful out here. All you big name YouTubers chasing the fame or seeking the fame. To me, it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. Especially, the dangers for women are different than the dangers for men. But okay, let's continue.
Did she call you a ninja? Did she call you a broke ninja? Wow.
You think I'm broke? I got more money than you.
Wow, she just called him a broke ninja. They already told her she don't like black men, and she called him a broke ninja. Please pay attention. They said she was paid by prosecution.
What?
They said she was paid by the prosecution. They told us that yesterday. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. That's why she didn't have to stand in line like everybody else. Thank you. She's a fed. She's a fed.
She's a federal informant, and she was paid by the prosecution.
They told us yesterday. The people told us yesterday.
She's a fucking liar. Tisa telling lies.
She lied and said she saw Kanye. Kanye was going to give her an exclusive.
We're saying dry ass wig for 8 weeks. We ain't doing no trip.
Buy wig. Buy wig. Buy wig. Buy wig.
You gained your momentum off the lies you told on P. Diddy. Now go back and apologize to Puff family for lying.
She also lied on Jonathan Majors and Megan Good. She hates black men. She's a colorist.
Here we go.
We're going in on Tisa Tails for being a lying ass bitch.
What's happening? What's happening? What did I miss?
She's been lying all the fucking time, and y'all know.
This is what comes with being famous. Y'all be careful out here. There's no way you could convince me this is what you guys want to do. This is something you're willing to live with and put up with as a big name content creator. Y'all, that's crazy.
What? Tisa Tails. He just called her ass out. She's been paid by the prosecution. We found out yesterday. They said, yeah, they said content creator. They said she's a big-time content creator, has over 500,000 followers. And somebody told us yesterday who said they covered 16 RICO trials. And they told us before we left yesterday that the reason she doesn't have to stand in line like the rest of us or pay line sitters is because she was paid by the prosecution for her commentary. And also, she doxed 2 of the victims. She doxed Jane Doe. She doxed Mia. We got it on video. And she never got banned from the court. She didn't get banned because she's a liar who was working for the prosecution, allegedly.
What's her name?
Tisa Tails, that's her right there. In the burgundy.
Tisa
Tails, Tells.
You gonna go back in?
Okay, wait. I found a video, y'all, of old girl getting on the stream. So what happens is, after they say her name, she says, yeah. She gets hit in the stomach. It's almost like she reacts like she got bit. Right, you know how people react differently. People can react differently to getting shot, but you see some people that react like they got bit or stung. So they shot her through the stuffed animal, the stuffed pig, and the way she reacts is like she got stung or bit. So she's looking for the bullet wound in her stomach, right? And then the second shot, oh my God, they hit her 3 times. 1, 2. So the second shot, headshot, she slumps forward and they shoot her in the head again and her head tilts back. Shit. Can I put that on Patreon? Can I put this on Patreon? What? You know what? Wait. Can I put this? Let me see. Let me look up the Patreon guidelines. I don't want to fuck that off. Hold up. Patreon guidelines for violent videos. Let me see what they say. Oh, it says right here. No. It's not gonna let me do it, y'all. No. Not gonna let me do it. I don't wanna risk it. We can't even do deep fakes. That's interesting. They won't even let you do deep fakes. Interesting. Okay. No beast. Nope. No sexually explicit deep fakes. No. Porno. No. Okay. Where's the violence? Can we get the sex tourism? No. Teen safety. Violent and graphic works. This is what I'm looking for. Patreon does not permit violent or graphic works, including the glorification of real-world violence or suffering. Okay, listen. If you're looking for the video, cash at me $10, and I'll get it to you with your email. Cash at me $10. Put your email in the note, and I will send it to you. Yeah. Yeah, just cash at me $10 with a note, for your email and the note, and I'll get it to you. Cause you know how the movies. There's no the squibs exploding. There's no explosion of blood when these people get shot in real life. It's just reactions to the momentum of the bullet, and then it's not till after they fall down. Then it depends on where they got shot. Then you'll see the pool of blood kind of just, explode out of the person. What video? The Valeria Marquez, the Mexican TikToker that got taken out in her salon, man. It's bad. All right, let's get back to Tisa Tells. Once again, y'all want to be famous. This what comes with it.
I don't know. I think we will. We just said.
Yeah, I ain't gonna.
Right, we're going in a minute.
What's happening over there? Anything exciting?
No, I didn't see anything over there. That's why I follow him over here.
Why are you sweating, Tisa? Why are you sweating? Why are you sweating?
Tisa's live.
Okay, so Ratchet TV is Homeboy. That's him. So it's basically Ratchet TV versus Tisa Tells. Okay, let's go.
All the people talking about this fight, and he's live and talking about this fight. This is very meta, you guys.
You didn't got caught up talking about getting attention for Diddy and I don't know him. Say it while I'm here. Why don't you say it while I'm saying right here?
Okay, now when she's saying broke, dusty, desperate, she's actually referring to him at that moment during her live stream. But we'll get to it.
Bitch ass men out here trying to bully women.
Bullying you? You bullied Diddy. You bullied his family.
So he's a Diddy supporter. Listen, I'm starting to see more and more videos of urban men in support of Diddy. Listen, I don't want to cast aspersions and put y'all in the box, because some of y'all I rock with, but I'm not understanding. Are you riding with Diddy because you feel like he was unfairly tried and charged? You think is it abuse of the law? Then say that, because otherwise I'm thinking you're riding with Diddy because Diddy is doing things with women that you can't do, or that you wish you could do. You understand? So I'm not mad at you if you support Diddy because you think it's a huge miscarriage of justice, and the U.S. government is weaponizing certain laws to take out men, which I wholly agree with. Say that. Otherwise, I'm gonna look at you sideways in your defense of Diddy. Other than that, okay? I'm just saying. Let's go.
You bullied Diddy's entire family. You bullied Diddy's entire family.
Listen, let's get back into
it. Let's get back into it because you're a liar. Why don't you tell the people about that Rico you promised them? With that dry ass wig.
Hey, Ron, let's get.
Sir, don't do this. Don't do this. Please don't do this. Let's not do this. Don't come here. Don't do this. Don't ruin my vibe. It's gonna flop. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm here for it. But don't come in here trolling with the 800. Stop. Please stop. Don't do this. Let's go.
Let's get what? This is very meta. This is very meta. This argument is very meta.
Black Mirror, guys.
It's Black Mirror, right? Look at how we're all live streaming.
Cameras everywhere.
Look how we look to other races of people. We look crazy, but it is what it is.
We're all live streaming.
Tisa's
dancing. Tisa's dancing. So listen,
Bad boy
Ratchet's
is
yelling.
back, Tisa. You scrambling and scraping.
All right, you guys, kiss and make up.
Oh, she gotta stay on the line, she told me.
Bad, listen.
Bad boy. Bad.
Yo, Mojo, thank you for the gift, man. I appreciate that. Oh man, Mojo. Hey, listen, hey, y'all thank Mojo for blessing y'all with these gifts. Holy shnikey, let me pull that up. Where is it at? Yo, damn, bruh. Holy shit. Okay, shout out to Mojo. Hey, the white man blessing y'all today. Give him thanks. Give him a nod of salute. Buy this man some bourbon. Gifted 10 memberships. Holy cow. So who all got memberships? Lord of Brooklyn got one. IMQ got one. Sir Grizzle got one. Miss Waverly Case got one. Grand Poopa got one. Miss D Nova got one. Holy cow. Christmas came early. Shannon B got a membership. Bunny got a membership. Ambitious Elisa got a membership. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Get your money cracking, Mojo. Get the coin. Get your coins up. Get your coins up. Get your coins up. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, brethren. Bruh. Listen, you just got a membership. Don't fuck it up, Brooklyn. You just got a membership. Don't mess it up. Listen. Sinners benefited from the perfect storm. Superman's not going to make nowhere near 800. It doesn't even outgross. I am saying it will not outgross Man of Steel. Man of Steel made $660 million. It will not do that. But let me get back to this before I get to the summer box office predictions. Let's go.
Bad boy.
Not the bad boy chair.
Dog will holler. A hit dog will holler. A hit dog will holler. So listen, let me just tell you something, right? Because this is an interesting.
Okay, listen, I can't front. This is a good looking woman. This is a good looking woman. I'm going if she calls me. I'm going. This is a good looking woman. If she says, hey, my period's late, I'm like, okay, we're going to work this out. We're going to figure this out. If Tisa Tells calls me and say, hey, I'm late. I'm like, okay, do you need me to come get you? No, I'm late. Okay, what you want to do? How are we going to work this out? This is how much I can afford a month, okay?
Something, right? Because this is an interesting point.
This is a good looking woman. I don't care for her content, but this is a good looking woman, okay?
That Lovely T actually point up. All the people with money, power, influences, Diddy's equal. They refuse to come and support this man because they know something was wrong. But there are a million broke, dusty, desperate, bitch-ass men out here trying to bully women. Anybody
looks like it does. It's why these monsters can still move forward. They literally use their better judgment to come back and ignore what we have learned about victims of SA, about ask yourself why sex trafficking has not been eradicated.
Okay, I can tell you why, Tisa, because it is a worldwide commodity. Trafficking, period. Anything involving humans, human bodies, that is a worldwide global commodity. Bodies, guns, drugs. You will never ever disrupt those three. They're a commodity. They're on the market with gold, silver, platinum, oil, electricity. They're global commodities. You will not disrupt business and that commerce, okay? Everybody benefits from guns, drugs, bodies, whether you're cognizant of it or not. That's why it's never been eradicated, nor will it shall be ever. Children, women, men, bodies, okay? It's a age as old as time. Human trafficking has been around since humans. Women have been used as currency, right? Women have been used as currency. Listen, I ain't got no gold, but I got these two bitches in the back. How much you want for them? Can we make a deal? Okay, let me take a look at them. Okay, deal. What you want for them? Okay, children have been used as currency. The orphan trains. I can't afford to keep these kids. Put these kids on the train. Let somebody else take care of them. That's a whole industry built off. That's how you got your social. What is it called? Foster care system was built off the orphan trains. Okay, foster care is a big money racket. All these foster parents that really don't give a fuck about the kids, but the government pays them well. Okay, you wouldn't be a foster parent if they weren't paying you. All right, it's a commodity. It's not going anywhere. You're not going to ever disrupt this. All right, James T, thank you for the 20 on the chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, listen. Yeah, I got 6 kittens right now. I had 7. I got 6 kittens. I had 7. Don't ask what happened to the 7th one. If I can't make no money off these kittens, let's continue.
This is the reason why. Ask yourself why victims don't come forward. And ask yourself, right?
See? Y'all be careful out here.
I think that much like you, the jury very ignorant, acted ignorantly, and no, I'm saying the way you came up on me is ignorant. Well, baby, here I am.
She said, baby, here I am. Yes.
I think I'm on live right now, okay? Worry about your little channel, sweetie. What's that?
This is a beautiful woman. I don't mess with her content, but this is a beautiful woman. Tisa Tells gonna have to start moving differently out here now. Tisa Tells, you might want to consider, security guard, bodyguard. I'm just saying, I think she's too well known at this point. Her rhetoric, it can be a bit divisive. It can be triggering, can be angering. I think this should be her wake up call. You understand? But this is what happens. This is the perils of you wanting to be famous. Okay, y'all be mindful. You cannot never pay me to be famous. Okay, women, y'all got to move differently out here. Got to, because there are a lot of angry men out here that don't like you. This is a beautiful woman. This is a beautiful woman, and she got a mouth on her too. Oh.
Diddy is still not gonna let you suck his dick, baby. He's going for 20. Baby, your channel's not doing a good job. Anyway, here we go, right? As we go. Hey, what's up, right? People acting like I'm the prosecution, but baby, they can bring the smoke if they want. They act like I'm the prostitute. So anyway.
You came out here and lied on it. Tisa Tells, what do you have to say about lying on Diddy every day? You came out here and lied on it. We just want to get your reaction. You said he was going to prison. He might be coming home. Just want to get your...
Young Jay, you late. Tisa's been around for a minute. She's been the hot new thing for the last couple of years now. Now, if I had to compare her to Lovely T and Tasha K, I would say at the rate she's going to be more successful and more well known than those two in a couple more years, simply because she's light skinned and she's a very good looking light skinned woman. I know y'all hate when I bring color into it, but after this we'll go look at some Tisa Tells videos.
Reaction. What do you think about the Rico?
I think that much like you, the jury very ignorant, acted ignorant.
You calling the jury ignorant?
No, I'm saying the way you came up on me is ignorant.
Well, I've been looking for you because that's what journalists...
Milagro is stubborn and ignorant. Milagro should have been the next hottest thing after the Tory Lanez case, but Milagro doesn't know how to watch her mouth, and she's been relegated to Instagram. She doesn't want to play by the rules on YouTube. Milagro should have 300,000 subs easily on YouTube, but she has a potty mouth. She doesn't want to play by the rules. She doesn't want. She's like a Tommy. Like Tommy could have had 2-3 million subs on his channel, but he just don't want to kind of curtail some of his ways. You're gonna have to mold yourself and be malleable and be accepting and willing to change certain things about your personality to make it more palatable to a grander audience. Okay. Now we'll do a comparison between Tisa, Tasha, and Lovely T.
Baby, here I am.
So, what do you think about the Rico? What about all of the lies?
I think I'm on live right
okay,
now.
That's what I thought. This is a liar, y'all.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's go look at Tisa Tells. Once again, I don't care for her content. It's not my cup of tea. But give it another couple of years. She's going to be whooping everybody's ass.
Hey guys, listen.
Oh man, listen. Look at this mother. Look at her, y'all. Oh, she got green eyes too. Now let me pull up Lovely T. Let me pull up Lovely T. y'all gonna be mad at me, but it's okay. It's okay. Y'all gonna be mad at me, but it's okay. I'm a truth teller. Unlike that guy Truth Teller that signed to a 1080 contract, right? I'm just messing with y'all.
Hey you guys, it's your girl T.
Find Lovely T in her best light. Let me find the best looking version of Lovely T I can find. She finally hit $1 million, a million subs. Congrats. That's awesome. Okay, let's look at Lovely T. This is Lovely T at her best. Okay, this is Lovely T at her best.
Sued. And so basically he was sued for sexually assaulting a woman.
This is Lovely T at her best.
So let me go.
Okay? This is Lovely T at her best. Where is that? Hold up. Let's not do this. Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? I don't want to do this, but this is the reality we live in. Okay? As Lovely T's cute.
Go ahead and refresh y'all's memory. This was a year ago.
Okay, Lovely T is cute. This motherfucker's fine. Okay? Lovely T's cute. When she gets all dolled up. This mofo's fine. Okay? Okay? I don't want to be that guy. And then let's go bring up Tasha K. Let's 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 find Tasha K at her best. Let's bring up Tasha K at her best. Why did I think that was Obsidian? Okay, this is Tasha K right now. See, I see the thumbs downs coming in. Don't get mad at me. I'm telling you what the public wants. Don't get mad at me. Shit. I'm telling you what it is. This is Tasha K right now at her best. Okay? This is Lovely T at her best. Let's not do this. If Tisa does YouTube for 10 years, she will far surpass these two. Okay? If Tisa does YouTube at the rate she's going for 10 years, she will far surpass these two. Okay? Let's not act like the color thing is not part of the reason. This is a beautiful woman.
Hey guys, listen, we are here back with the dream team in ABC Live. I'm getting makeup done. I'm about to be on Burden of Proof at 6:30. It's a special.
Oh, she's going mainstream. Oh, y'all can pack this shit up. Okay? She's going mainstream. Pack this up. She's about to do what T and Tasha K couldn't do, for one, and she's gonna match them in a third of the time. I'm no fan of this woman, but I respect this bitch. You know what I'm saying? This chick is going mainstream. See, here we go with the, come on. See, okay, bro. Okay, sure. Because all y'all sitting at home with 8s, 9s, and 10s at your home. I know. Okay.
Special verdict watch. We have to talk about what happened. Diddy got denied bail, thank God, but we have to talk about what.
I hate her content, but this motherfucker looks good. Listen, you've never seen Lovely T on anything mainstream.
After he dropped.
She's still trying to break into Hollywood, right? She was taking the acting classes and trying to get into Hollywood, and it's like it ain't working out because it's just the look, whatever. She's skinny with big tits. Okay, she's a half African, skinny with big tits. And as much as I like Tasha K, her personality, come on, stop. Which one of you out of these three you will see on in a Hollywood movie first? Okay, let's take a wager. Which one do you think you'll see and do a cameo in a Hollywood movie in the next 5 years? Who do you think you'll see first? Now, mind you, these two have had a 10-year head start. 12-year head start. They've had a 12-year head start on this woman here. And this woman came out of nowhere and basically is already matched them with less numbers. Okay? Let's not play this. Please don't be obtuse. Take your feelings out of it. Okay? Oh, that's a good looking. I'm sorry. Now, would I kick Lovely T out the bed? No, I would smash T. I would even smash Tasha K. But who am I holding hands with in public? This one right here. Who am I posting on my social media? I'm posting this one right here. I'm doing stupid TikTok dances with this one. You understand? I'm gonna lose myself with this one. I'm gonna do stupid couple things. We're gonna do stupid couple dances, stupid couple challenges with this one. Okay? But this one, this is my sneaky link. This is my sneaky link. This one is just when I want to let loose and just, you know, hey, I want to see you vomit. Okay? This is the one I'm doing this. I'm doing a vomit with this one. I'm doing a sneaky link with this one, right? Somewhere in the woods, but this one's on my social media. I'm holding hands with this one in public. Okay? There's a difference. There's a difference. Okay? I don't know what she is. What do you mean slide wide? I'm telling y'all. You want the truth, right? That's what I'm here for. Exactly. We're doing the stupid Christmas onesies together with this one. Okay? Right? We'll this one here, you know, we could do an OnlyFans channel together, right? But you're not my number one. You're not my number one. You know, I may occasionally have lunch with you from time to time, but this one gets all my attention. This is the one I'm doing stupid couples memes with. This one is when I just want my brains fucked out and, you know. Okay. This one right here is just nasty. Just this one gonna say yeah. She's gonna be like, no, I'm too cute for that. And I'm like, you know what? I understand. This is a pillow princess. Okay. Tisa is a pillow princess. This one is the bang bus. Anything goes with this one. Okay, and this one is just, you know, my cool little sneaky. You know what I'm saying? All right. Does everybody understand? I'm just telling you what it is. I'm just telling you what it is. Okay? I can't hold you, Yanni. Who's Yanni? I've heard of Yanni. Let's go. What's her name? Pinky or Buffy the Body? Are you ready? I would take a fat Pinky over Buffy the Body. I would take Pinky right now, as fat as she is, over Buffy the Body. Am I wrong? Am I alone in what I just said? I would take a fat Pinky right now over Buffy the Body. Y'all bugging. You guys are crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. Do you know what Pinky comes with? The expertise, the level of expertise Pinky brings to the table. What? What? Dude, you understand? What? No one's picking Buffy over a fat Pinky. Fat Pinky? Are you kidding me? Okay. Who is Yanni? What's her? Let's go look her up. Yanni. Real talk with Yanni. Okay, let's take a look at her. Let's take a look at her. Oh, I've seen her.
Chris.
Oh, no. I'm already off put it. I'm
the
off
way
put.
that Nick does. So I thought it was interesting
I'm off
how
put. No.
When they
No. Let me see. Come on. No. Not even. Let's not do this. No. Nope. Silva, you never want to see what they have for lunch? Hey man, don't judge me all you want. I don't give a damn. I've had a very good life. I've had a very, very good life. Yeah, this is not a compare. No. I will put Yanni behind Lovely T. So this is my order. This is the boo. This is my boo thing. This is how much of a can I afford to spend on the ring with this one. This one I'm having babies with, and I'm walking down the aisle with this one. Okay, even though she may divorce me 5 years later, but I'm gonna walk down the aisle with this one. Sorry, I'm walking down the aisle with this one. I'm trying to put a couple kids in this one all day, every day. Okay, this one. This one here, I'm like, ooh, okay, you can keep the kid, but just don't be hounding me. I know I ain't shit. Listen. Okay. Wait. I'm gonna have a family with this one. Okay, we're gonna put up the whole good guy, good family man. This one here, hey, just I'll break you off. Just don't be hounding me. Okay, come on. I got a family over here. I got a whole wife and kids. Come on, don't do this. It's not gonna end well for you. Okay. Okay, I still will mess with you. I'll still come see the kid, send you birthday cards, whatever. I'm still gonna mess with you until she gets tired of my shit and decides to move on and find somebody else. Okay, that's fine. This one, I'm using a condom on this one because if I have a kid with this one, she gonna blow up my spot and she gonna act a goddamn fool. This one's gonna act a fool for the wrong reasons. Okay, this one is just my little nasty. Just I'm backed up. I need, whatever. Okay. All right. Okay. But once again, family, children, car seats, minivan. Okay. This is the one I'm bringing home to my mama and my daddy. Okay. I'm bringing this one home to mom and dad. Mom, dad, this is Tisa. I love her. Okay, I'm bringing this one home to my parents. Okay, y'all understand? Now, my mom may know of this one, but I'm not bringing her home. My dad's not gonna know. Mom understands. She knows how I am. She knows this one is around. Okay, she knows of this one. This one, no, you're not meeting the parents. And you just be over here. Okay. Any questions so far? Do I have any questions so far? 6, the goddess is better than T. Oh Lord Jesus. I like 6, but 6 is married now, right? Didn't she get married? She got married, right? Recently. So congrats to her. This one comes home to the parents. Yeah. All right. Just all my brothers and my sister gets to meet this one. I'm like, yeah, y'all, this the one. Right. This one I take over to my dad's house and we have our family dinner over at his place. This is the one I'm bringing. Okay. All right. Okay. This one looks like she will ruin your life. Yanni looks like she will just utterly, completely try to ruin your life. This is the whole set the car on fire with the cigarette, and the firefighters come out. Hey, you can't do that, right? Okay. This is her. This is what is that? Lynn Whitfield. What the Martin movie, y'all? You know how much I love you. This is the one that's going to hit herself in the face with an orange. This one's going to try to break her arm in the door frame. Break her own arm and make you go to jail for it. Okay? This is her. This is what she does. That's her. I'm cool. This one gonna cuss you out. She may, try to disrupt family, but then you might have to, kind of grab her up and shake her around, like, what the fuck you doing? What's wrong with you, right? right? But for the most part, she'll fall in line. She just wants her time. That's all. She doesn't want to feel like she's left out of the picture. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna abandon you. You and Lil Raekwon. I'm not gonna abandon you guys. Okay, you're part of my extended family. Just everybody doesn't need to know of my extended family, okay? But this is who yeah. Okay. Listen, thin line between love and hate is Yanny. I would do nothing long term with this one. Nothing long term with this one. This is going to be my long term, 20 years, and I'm still nasty with this one. Okay. This is the nasty old auntie that will mess with you for 20, 30 years without question. She will always make time for you, right? You're on the road and you're hungry, come on through, I got you, and she will just put you to sleep in 3 different ways. Okay, this one's gonna kind of grow old with you to a certain extent. This is the one you tell, like, oh, the wife, she won't do this, she won't do that. Well, come on, I got you. Whatever the wife won't do, I'll do it, and she gonna be cool with that. She understands her place, her lot in life, and she'll never ever tell the secrets. She'll help you bury the bodies. She understands her place. This is the princess. We must protect the princess even from herself. Okay? All right? Okay? And this one's going to always be there when this one divorces me and takes the kids in the house. I can come be with this one until I get back on my feet, and I go back out in life again and start all over. Okay? But this one, no. Any questions so far? Yo, stop me where I'm wrong. Am I wrong though? Yeah, am I wrong? Okay? Yanny is a hard pass because she be too much of a problem. Yes, Tasha K and Secret can't go raw because we know the story of the proverbial not so good looking freak with baby woes. She held Anton accountable. I remember she checked him and he was begging and pleading, stall me out 6. And she was like, nah, you was trying to be cool with me, like on the cool. Like you were willing to risk your marriage, sir. Yeah, she was like, you're trying to risk your marriage, sir. She cool. My takes and my tastes are different. I like just odd features on a woman, right? The whole proverbial just complete aesthetic doesn't really do it for me. But she's a good-looking woman. Nonetheless, but nothing stands out to me on her, you know. But yeah, she's a good-looking woman. Yeah, I mean, listen, and I've been saying this, women can get married whenever they feel like it. So these guys out here talking about when a woman feels like getting married, they will get married. That's it, that's all. Just for genetics, I would. Just because for the genetics, I would. Like, can I just borrow your womb for like 9 months? Just give me the kid, and you don't have to worry about us. Just give me the kid. And we'll. I promise we'll be good. Just give me the kid. Oh, that's a music video. Just let me borrow the womb for 9 months, and we cool.
And there is a new salon in town that I've gotten.
She bad. I ain't mad. She bad. And, you know, nobody cares that she used to be a stripper. Like that whole stripper stigma doesn't exist anymore. That whole she was a stripper. That doesn't matter anymore. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay, and what's your point? Right? What's your point? Big deal. But she's straight. She's straight. She's straight. She's straight. Red pill been dead. Been dead, been dead. Been dead. Okay. Is that my content creator segment? Yeah, so ladies, y'all be careful. Just content creators in general that are seeking the fame part of this. Y'all be careful out here, because there are people that are looking for conflict and confrontation with you. You know. Yeah, listen, I don't care for Tisa content, but I would, Sam Rothstein, okay. Yo, this is crazy. Who watched the fight between Jake Paul and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.? Listen, did y'all hear what happened to him just now? This fool got arrested by ICE, arrested for entering the United States illegally, and will be deported to Mexico. He faces organized crime charges in Mexico. This man just had a fight here in this, a very publicized, highly viewed fight here in the States. And now they're saying he entered illegally. 39-year-old boxer was picked up by a large number of federal agents while he was riding a scooter in front of his home in Studio City. The current allegations are outrageous and simply another headline to terrorize the community. What? Goldstein did not know where Chavez was being detained as of Thursday morning, but said they were due in court Monday related to gun possession charges from last year and were to provide an update on his progress in a substance abuse program. The Department of Homeland Security said immigration, or ICE, detained Chavez for overstaying a tourist visa that expired in February of 2024. He just had a major fight last week after he entered the country in August of 2023. ICE, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services flagged ICE about Chavez last year, saying he is an egregious public safety threat, and yet he was allowed back into the country January 4th. So never mind his training camp, never mind this big ass fight that everybody saw on TV, on streaming. Holy cow. Officials said that he has an active warrant in Mexico for his involvement in organized crime and trafficking firearms, ammunition, and explosives, and is believed to be an affiliate of the Sinaloa cartel. What? Indeed. Trump administration said Chavez applied for a green card on April 2nd based on his marriage to a U.S. citizen, Frida Munoz, the former partner of Edgar Guzman Lopez. He married a dead cartel's wife? Okay, Frida Munoz is the former partner of Edgar Guzman Lopez, the son of El Chapo. What the fuck is going on? What is this? Holy cow. Agency said Chavez had submitted multiple fraudulent statements on his application, which led to his arrest. He fought once since 2021 before his bout with Paul on Saturday, having fallen to innumerable lows during a lengthy boxing career conducted in the shadow of his father. The son has failed drug tests, served suspensions, and egregiously missed weight while being widely criticized for his intermittent dedication to the sport. At one point, he was a WBC middleweight champion in 2011. Wow. Okay, after battling drug addiction, Chavez went to a rehabilitation clinic in Sinaloa and claimed to be clean for the Paul fight. Chavez said in an interview with the LA Times ahead of his fight with Paul that he and his trainers were scared by the immigration arrest. I don't understand the situation. Why so much violence? There are a lot of good people and you're giving the community an example of violence. After everything that's happened, I wouldn't want to be deported. Oh shit, brother, you about to be deported. This man he married one of El Chapo's dead sons. Okay. I think that was part of the problem, Mojo, that the shadow of his dad was just too large, man. Pick another sport. Pick another sport. Pick another sport. Pick football or baseball. That's a boxing thing. That's Julio Cesar Chavez. Like that shadow's way too large. You know? Okay. Wow. Shit, he might be, man. I don't know. Y'all pray for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., man. Y'all, hey, listen, I'm trying to tell people they are not ready for the level of violence that Mexicans experience on a daily basis. Like, could you imagine driving under your freeway viaduct and seeing bodies hanging, headless bodies hanging from the freeway? Like, Americans could never imagine anything like that. Okay. Next story. Sunny Hostin, her husband. And now I'm no fan of Sunny Hostin. But her husband was committing crimes out here, right? Husband out here committing crimes. So exactly how bad is it? Month ago. I know when something a month ago. What is the actual story? Because I'm seeing too much. Okay, so let's go here. Sunny Hostin's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, currently involved in a federal insurance fraud lawsuit filed by American Transit Insurance Company. The lawsuit alleges that Dr. Hostin and other defendants, including several surgical centers and doctors, engaged in fraudulent billing practices related to no-fault insurance claims. Specifically, the lawsuit claims that Dr. Hostin performed surgeries at various ambulatory surgical centers and then billed American Transit for the procedures, allegedly in exchange for kickbacks. The lawsuit names nearly 200 defendants, including Dr. Hostin, who owns Hostin Orthopedics. He denied all allegations. Sunny Hostin, of course, is, she's gonna ride with her husband. All right, so some sources say settlement discussions are ongoing between American Transit and some defendants, including Dr. Hostin. This is crazy. Okay, American Transit has reached agreements with about 85% of the 180 defendants it accused of running an elaborate medical fraud scheme in New York. Dr. Hostin may soon be leaving the lawsuit as well. Hostin requested and received numerous time extensions from Judge James Ho. All right. Okay, in the most recent request filed June 20th, Hostin's attorneys informed the court that the parties have exchanged a draft written agreement and need the additional time to complete the settlement. Okay. So Ho agreed to a 2-month postponement of an initial conference scheduled for June 26th. The insurer has agreements with 159 of the 186 named defendants and is continuing discussions with or attempting to finalize settlements with additional defendants. So American Transit insures taxi companies, Uber, and Lyft drivers. They filed a civil lawsuit against dozens of surgical centers, orthopedic services, and doctors, and is reported to be one of the largest RICO cases ever filed in New York. American Transit seeks to recover in compensatory damages in excess of $153 million and treble damages in excess of $459 million. So Dr. Hostin did surgeries for kickbacks and compensation, which were disguised as dividends or other cash distributions for investment Hostin has in Empire State ASC. So American Transit traces its complaint to New York's no-fault law, which states that plaintiffs are required to pay for health services expenses that are reasonably incurred as a result of injuries suffered by occupants of their insured motor vehicles, pedestrians, and cyclists. Okay, so the no-fault enacted in 1974 requires insurers to compensate covered persons for basic economic loss, which includes medical costs, incidental costs, and lost earnings. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. That's crazy. Everybody's scamming and scheming. Scamming. Let me get rid of that. Okay, let's talk Hollywood. First things first. R.I.P. Michael Madsen, R.I.P. Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill. He passed away today at the age of 67. All right, at the age of 67. Oh, that's right, he was in Donnie Brasco.
We have some breaking news from Hollywood. Actor Michael Madsen has died. He was 67.
That woman deserves her revenge.
The actor is best known for his work in the Quentin Tarantino films Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, and The Hateful Eight, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He died today. Madsen was found unresponsive by deputies responding to a 911 call to his Malibu home. The sheriff's department says no foul play is suspected, and it appears he died of natural causes.
Damn, y'all. Shoot.
The first picture that I remember stuck in my mind was High Sierra with Humphrey Bogart. And I was a little kid, and so I didn't understand, what I was looking at, but it's a black and white movie, and I thought Bogart was I must have been, 11 years old, 11 or 12 years old. But he was so, I realized later why people would go to see a Bogart picture. Because it wasn't so much.
He was in Django too. I ain't got no pistol. Remember it towards the third act, right? And Samuel L. Jackson and the homeboy sheriff of Red Rock, they got them all, at gunpoint, and Samuel L. Jackson kills the Mexican, and then, that's when he got shot from Channing Tatum, and the gunfight ensues. And he didn't have no gun. He's like, I ain't got. They said in slow motion. He's like, I ain't got no pistol. And he gets shot.
Much about the material. The story it was him. They wanted to see him in what other circumstance. Because any other actor in some of those movies, it wouldn't have worked, and no one would have cared. I thought Jimmy Cagney had the same thing. And I remember seeing Angels with Dirty Faces. And there's a scene at the end where he's in the electric chair. And the priest comes to see him
underrated.
in prison before he goes to the chair. Because Cagney's a gangster in the movie. And there's all these young kids that are kind of like hoodlum kids. Yeah, and during the movie, they all think that Rocky Sullivan is this really cool guy. They all want to be like him. But now that he's going to the electric chair, the priest comes to see Jimmy and he says, I want you to be scared. When they pull the lever, you got to be scared. And he says, fuck you, I ain't going to do that. And he says, you got to do it for the kids, When he goes to the chair, there's this horrendous sound of this horrible moaning and crying Cagney does. You don't kill me. And they pull the switch. And so the end of the film, you're left with the question, was he really scared? Was Rocky Sullivan, did he turn chicken in an electric chair? Or did he pretend to do it? Because he wanted the boys to grow up and not be like him, And I love that. It was so dynamically dramatic to me as a little boy that you could have that question, in an acting performance.
All right. Rest in peace, Michael Madsen, man. Damn. I mean, he stands out. Tom Sizemore stands out. All the rough, gruff guys that just, had their vices and their issues. But when them camera lights, camera action come on, they just flip a switch, man, and give you some of the best performances ever. All right, let's see what this Negro did. Ben McLemore. What the fuck he done did? Oh, boys.
To say I'm fired up about this one.
Listen, at this point, man, just bring on the sex dolls, cause the robots, man. Cause at this point, any man with anything to lose, you run the risk with these women. I don't know.
Breaking news just into our newsroom. The jury has reached a verdict in the rape trial of former Trailblazer Ben McLemore. The jury has found as follows: count 1 of rape, guilty; count 2 of unlawful sexual penetration, guilty; count 3 of sex abuse, not guilty; count 4 also of sex abuse, guilty. Now, this is a developing story. We will follow this and post more details as soon as we get them on our website at kgw.com.
Wow. Okay, was she black, y'all? Was she black?
We are following breaking news just.
We just seen you. What
Well, this evening we are also keeping a very close eye on closing arguments in Clackamas County in the trial of a former Portland Trailblazer accused of rape. Ben McLemore is accused of sexually assaulting a woman at a Lake Oswego house party. This was in the fall of 2021. He has pleaded not guilty. During the trial, the woman, who was 21 at the time, testified that McLemore raped.
Yeah, you're done. Listen, if there's one thing I can respect about Caucasians, Europeans, they're just not gonna let you do whatever you want to their women. You understand? Only they can do what they do to their women. They're not gonna let you Asians, you blacks, you Mexicans. They're not gonna let you, defile their women. I can't be mad at that. I cannot be mad at that.
Raped her while she was incapacitated during a night of heavy drinking.
Wow.
McLemore admitted he'd also been drinking, though in his defense testified that the encounter was consensual. Kyle Boshi's in that courtroom. We'll have the very latest coming up on KGW News.
So let's see how much time he's looking at. I remember him from Kansas. Yeah. Ben McLemore. Okay. 17. How much time is he looking at? So he was found guilty on one charge of first degree unlawful penetration, and one count of sexual degree abuse. Oh God, you're going away for a decade. You're going away for at least a decade, buddy. Passed out. Okay. Told jurors the victim had been drinking heavily, passed out on the living room couch around 2 a.m., then regained partial consciousness the next morning when McLemore penetrated her with his fingers and then began having sex with her. Oh no. McLemore's attorneys disputed the victim's account and claimed she initiated sexual contact and consented to it. They also asserted that the woman was sober enough to consent even though both she and McLemore were intoxicated. No, sir. This is in Oregon? Oh God, you're done. Okay. First thing. Oh yeah, you're gonna do about a decade. You're gonna do about a decade. Conviction for assault 1 can result in a prison sentence up to 20 years, as it's a Class A felony. That's just one charge. Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. Forcible compulsion by the person. Forcible compulsion by the person. Victim is incapable of consent by reason of mental incapacitation, physical helplessness, or incapability of appraising the nature of the victim's conduct. Oh, that's just a one charge. Oh, you're done. Rape in the first degree. Okay. Minimum 300 months if the victim's under 12. Okay. Or minimum 100 months. Okay. So look at this fine. $375,000. That's a max fine. Look at this. Any person convicted of this crime with one or more previous convictions. So he doesn't have that. Okay, so he doesn't have that. If he had any priors for this, he would have a minimum of 25. A minimum. But yeah, he's done. Easily 20 years, man. Easily 20 years. Easily 20 years. It was nice knowing you. Yeah, and you got to register. Yeah. It was nice knowing you. Hey, leave them people, women alone, man. Or just don't. If she, jeez. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's get on. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this segment. TV shows that have aged horribly. This is I'm gonna make this its own video, but this was fascinating. Okay. BuzzFeed, right? Somebody asked the BuzzFeed community which 90s TV shows and movies aged poorly. You ready? Here we go. Seinfeld in general, but the whole sexually assaulted on camera while asleep for a dental procedure thing was especially bad. So you were violated by two people while you were under the gas? So what? You're single. I'm damaged goods now. Join the club. Let's continue. The Disney film Blank Check. I remember this. 1994 Disney film Blank Check. The 11-year-old protagonist has a crush on a 30-year-old FBI agent. They even share a kiss in one scene. Like, dude, seriously, writers. You really just had a minor and an adult, an FBI agent, no less, kiss each other. Why? What drugs were you on to make you think that scene was a good idea? Not as bad as the one implied scene in Big, but still, I hope that creep lost her job. So when can I see you again, Shay? Why don't you give me a call in, say, about 10 years? 5, 7, 6, okay, it's a date. And they kiss. Oh, no. Let's continue. Doogie Howser, MD. The first episode has an adult woman pretending to seduce him and makes him think she wants to sleep with him. The second episode is about an adult woman trying to get pregnant by him. Episode 1. I like younger men. I always have. On a few occasions, I've caught you, well, admiring me. Episode 2. I was wondering if you'd consider fathering my child. Okay, let's continue. I will die on this hill. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air did not age well, and Uncle Phil isn't even a top 5 best TV dad. Uh-oh, here we go. Will was a teenager dating grown women in every episode, and Phil and Vivian just let it happen. Phil claimed to be a pro-black, but voted for Reagan twice. Was ashamed of his background as a pig farmer and detested lowly and working class black people. He blamed Will for everything that went wrong, even if he had nothing to do with it. And he was sexist and controlling as fuck. trying to forbid a 25-year-old Hillary from posing for Playboy or Ashley from doing anything. The show was funny and rewatchable, but it's hard to ignore all of the issues. Where is he? He's upstairs changing. Not Will, President Reagan. You didn't. What do you mean I didn't? You invited him again. Well, why not? He's our neighbor. Philip, he's turned down the last 16 invitations. When are you going to take a hint? Right? He was a pig farmer from Yamakra. Right? He was a pig farmer from Yamakra. Why do I remember that is beyond me. Will and Grace. While giving a marginalized group a platform I feel is cringeworthy now and then, I could never get through one episode without feeling that my queerness was being used as a punchline. The misrepresentation of us as a group, meaning being gay was either silly or you were doomed to be alone and sad, was a perpetuation of most of the movie tropes from the 80s that followed queer culture into the 90s and early 2000s. However, I'm very proud of the new works and shows like We Are Here and the later seasons of RuPaul, as well as New Queer Eye. Okay. Please stop sharing or stop staring. Yes, it's share. Okay, that's it. This share is out of control. I'm going. What's the problem? You made us wait for an hour for a table for 4. Okay. Let's continue. Mrs. Doubtfire. I grew up loving that movie. It came out when my parents divorced, and while Dad never dressed in disguise to spend time with us, he had the same sort of custodial arrangements every Thursday and every other weekend. I just watched it with my kids this morning, and between the transphobia and the part where he makes a pact with the 2 older kids to keep it a secret from their mom, it hasn't aged well. I know people will disagree, but this is how I feel. Well, you don't really like wearing that stuff, do you, Dad? Well, some of it's comfortable. No, it's a pain in the padded ass. This is not a way of life. It's just a job. Okay, American Pie. American Pie would be my pick for didn't age well. Yes, I get this was a product of the time and would be on par with something like Animal House or Revenge of the Nerds for the type of film it is. I absolutely think you need to watch these films with a grain of salt and take them for what they were at the time they were released, even if they're problematic by today's standards. That still doesn't mean that watching them now doesn't feel like a little gross, because a lot of the humor doesn't translate anymore. There is a gorgeous woman masturbating in my bed. Looks like Jim addressed the wrong email. It went out to every mailbox in the East High directory. God, how juvenile. Check this out. Oh my God. Okay, let's continue. In the movie Analyze This, Billy Crystal gives counseling to tough guy mob boss Robert De Niro. In one scene, the doctor is talking to the boss about what to do about his impotence. After the session, the boss replies, "If you turn me into a gay, I'll have to kill you." Then the line is repeated minutes later by the counselor's son, who was eavesdropping. It's like the line was so funny it had to be said again. Just one more thing. If I talk to you and you turn me into a gay something, I'm gonna kill you. You understand? I go, ugh, slur, you die. Oh, Dad, one thing though. I go, ugh, you die. Okay. The Nanny does not hold up well. I used to love watching it as a kid, but watching it as an adult, you notice how much body shaming there is. Every other line was about someone being fat, and she was constantly comparing herself to Maggie, and she was so desperate to get married, she nearly slept with her cousin. Okay? And Maxwell yelled at her a lot and blamed her for everything, even if he asked her to do it. Beautiful outfits, though. Weight Watchers is very strict. They only allow you one cookie. Let's continue. On Ally McBeal, there's an episode where Ally defends a trans woman in court, then keeps her out of jail by giving her a job, even getting her boss Richard to enforce a workplace culture where her preferred gender is recognized. Unfortunately, all of that is undercut by also showing a psychologist describing gender dysphoria as a devastating and largely untreatable mental illness for which she might be best institutionalized, having characters make various jokes and disrespectful references to her gender identity, and then unceremoniously killing her off just so that Allie can feel sad about it. Absolutely gross. What? I think he may also suffer from gender dysphoria, although I need to spend a lot more time with him before I could state anything conclusive. What's gender dysphoria? Simplest terms, psychologically and emotionally, he's more like a woman, or thinks he is, although he doesn't say that. The one sure diagnosis I can give you is that he's hugely confused. Okay. Home Improvement was hard to watch. Was hard to try watching again as an adult who has been in an abusive relationship. I understand he has to be dumb and misogynistic to learn a lesson at the end of the show, but it was super icky. Jill, I love poker. Tim, you can't sit at this table unless you can bench 150 pounds. Jill, dismissively, oh. Tim, Al, sit down. Shit. Okay. Uh-oh, here we go. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Remember how the entire gang suspected that the Hex Girls were behind the witch's ghost? They judged them based on their gothic appearances before knowing the full story as to why they looked like that. Interesting. Fred, what she's up to? Daphne, if I did know better, I'd say she was a witch. Interesting. And that's from an 18-year-old. Okay, let's continue. The Wonder Years did not age well. I watched it every week. I tried to rewatch it recently and barely made it through the first episode. Adult Kevin narrating. Dad always said hi to our friends, but it was like he had this understanding with the family. He worked hard for us. He provided for us, and he certainly didn't want to have to talk to us on top of that. My approach was not to make any sudden moves or sounds until he finished that first vodka tonic, and hope that nobody else did anything that might upset him too much before going then. I'm going to get some birth control pills. I thought you should know. Tell me I didn't hear what I just heard. The Cosby Show. Uh-oh. A show where the main character was an OBGYN examining women in the basement of their home. He had a home office, right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? No? Yes? Yes? No? Okay, there was this one episode of Friends where a friend of the main group became sober after realizing he's an alcoholic, and the Friends group started hating hanging out with him and considered him a bore compared to when he would drink. They ditch him by the end of the episode. Look, I am just not strong enough to be in a codependent relationship right now. Oh shoot. Interesting. Friends again. Friends did not hold up well. Fat jokes, gay jokes. Everyone in New York is white, and explicably, Ross sleeps with a student, sleeps with his school librarian in high school, tries to kiss his cousin, violates Rachel's boundaries, says the wrong name at his wedding, never sees his son, treats his sister like crap, treats Phoebe like crap, whines about everything, etc., etc., etc. This is coming from someone who still watches it and owns on DVD. You did start that rumor about Make It Out with Mrs. Altman, our 50-year-old librarian. How did you know that? Wow. Friends again. The way they dealt with queer characters on the show pissed me off. So are you his mother or his father? Jack? What? I've never seen one before. Dad, there's Ross. Why don't you go talk to him? I didn't even have a chance to act as though I'm okay with it. Oh my goodness. That was funny. Friends again. And finally, I never understand how and why Friends always gets a free run. They are 6 of the most vile and insular people to ever form a clique. Example, Janice is one of the friendliest, most caring characters, and they do nothing but ridicule her and go out of their way to be cruel, all because she has a loud laugh. Rachel, Joey, look who it is. Whoa. Chandler, oh good, Joey's home now. Janice, there is so much fun. This is like a reunion in the hall. Ha ha ha. Okay. Wow. Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree? TV shows that have aged horribly. Do you agree? That was interesting. That was interesting. Okay. Okay. In other Hollywood stuff, okay, so the merger between Skydance and Paramount is going to happen. It's taking place. This is a big deal.
The Paramount, that's the company that owns CBS and also the show 60 Minutes, has agreed to pay $16 million to settle a lawsuit brought by President Trump. He alleged in an interview last year that his former rival Kamala Harris, did this interview on CBS's 60 Minutes, and that it was deceptively edited in a way that helped her and hurt him. Walk us through this agreement.
Well, the bottom line is independent legal experts say that the White House, the president, really did not have a case here. And many people have reinforced that argument, but we certainly know the situation with Paramount right now. They were in need of federal approval for a merger that the owner of Paramount is looking toward right now. So it appeared clear that she was open to an agreement of this kind. Ultimately, the bottom line is it was agreed to. We have now learned overnight $16 million, as you said, that will go toward President Trump's future presidential library. This is not going to sit well with many people within CBS News. Among other things, there will not be a statement of apology or regret from CBS, and they have also agreed that in the future they will release entire transcripts of interviews they do with presidents. The legal team for President Trump, a spokesperson telling me early this morning, this is, in their words, another win for the American people.
We thank you for watching, and
Okay.
remember, stay updated on breaking news.
I know it's not a big deal to you guys, but Paramount and Skydance have been trying to get this merger thing for the last few years. Now, with they pay Trump out the way, they have basically a license to go ahead and merge up, and you're going to see Skydance and Paramount get together and to compete with Amazon, to compete with Comcast, Universal, to compete with Disney. Okay, the only one that's left is Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is going to have to eventually sell off some IP, and then merge whatever companies they sell off, either Warner or DC, and get with Comcast, Universal, because basically everybody's trying to compete with, the Netflix, the Amazons, So it's just like the record labels. Everybody's consolidating, right? Okay. All right, now. Okay, let me get to Fast and Furious. Oh, no, wait. I forgot this part. My bad, I forgot this part. Armand Wiggins apologizing for acting a plum fool the other day. So he said yesterday a clip of me outside the courthouse went viral and was taken out of context. What started as a lighthearted moment, part of a long-running joke with my audience, was misinterpreted as support for Sean Diddy Combs. That was never my intention. For the past 60 days, I've worked hard to cover this case with honesty and objectivity. That moment was about sharing a bit of levity with the community that's been on this journey with me, nothing more. Still, I fully understand how the timing and optics may have felt hurtful, especially to survivors of abuse. I sincerely apologize to anyone who was impacted or disappointed. This has been a reminder to move with greater care, and I remain committed to doing this work with integrity and heart. Yeah, right. Exactly. No, we got it right the first time. we got it right the first time. He says, I'm learning, I'm listening, and I'm moving forward with even more care and clarity. No, I will see Jurassic this weekend. Plus, I got to go see F1 as well. So I got 2 movies to watch this weekend. Okay. Oh, more Hollywood. Let's get to it. Keith David. Congratulations to Keith David. This is a beautiful moment.
French actress Marion Cotillard. Well, she's well known here in the U.S. for Marion Cotillard. Actor Keith David.
Wait, Marion Cotillard. That's she played Dark Knight Rises. She was Ra's al Ghul's daughter. She has like a little mole in the center of her head. Marion Cotillard. That's who that is. If you didn't know who she is, Marion Cotillard. Matter of fact, what she looked like. I know what she looks like. She's a good looking. She's got a little spot on the top of her head. Marion Cotillard. This is her. Yeah, she's French. She was in Inception. This is her. So for those that are like, who? This is her. Marion Cotillard. That's her. Okay, let's get back to the. Okay, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Okay.
French actress Marion Cotillard. Well, she's well known here in the U.S. for Marion Cotillard. Actor Keith David.
He had no idea. He had no idea. He had no idea.
Rachel McAdams.
He had no idea.
Happy 70th birthday.
Oh my God.
And me more.
He had no idea.
Sorry.
He had no idea. Nobody wants a black James Bond. Nobody wants a black James Bond. Like, black people, stop doing dumb shit. Like, nobody wants a black James Bond. You know what? These new urban folk are acting just like the 1960s civil rights people. Stop impeding onto everybody. Not everybody wants to see a black this, a black that. Like, let these folk have their characters. Create your own stuff. Stop being lazy.
Actor Franco Nero.
Ooh. Oh God.
Oh. Star the iconic Molly Ringwald.
Oh, Molly Ringwald.
And is one of the classiest.
That's beautiful. He didn't even know he was getting one. That's beautiful. Shout out to Keith David getting his official star on a Hollywood Walk of Fame. Long overdue. Long overdue. Long overdue. Nobody wants a black James Bond. I don't get no Aaron Pierre, no fucking Idris Elba. Stop. No. Y'all just as bad as the 1960s blacks. I don't want to drink from the black water fountain. I want to drink from the white water fountain. They're the same. No. That is not the way. No. This is why Ironheart's getting his ass kicked by white folk online. And y'all getting mad because they bringing out all the racial tropes about it. I can't even be mad at white folk at this point. Y'all be asking for too much dumb shit. Like, nobody wants a black James Bond. Okay, let me get to more Hollywood stuff. What is this? Let me see. What is this? Oh, you know what? I'll say that for later. What is this? Okay, here we go. Recast Brian O'Connor. Now, when Paul Walker died, tragic, but I think they should have never let the character go. They should have recast Brian O'Connor. His brother looks just like him, Cody, right? You could have found another actor similar height. Was he 6'4", 6'3"? Blonde, blue-haired guy. I think they should have. I think the series wouldn't have suffered partially the way it did without Brian, because the shit went left, man. And now they're bringing it back to the actual culture of the street racing. Now they want to bring back the character of Brian O'Connor. Don't know how they're going to do it, whether through flashbacks, CGI, or whatever. But they should have never let the character die off or go off into the sunset. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though that send off was pretty nice with the white Supra, and then the back shot of his brother behind him on the beach, right, with the kid, that was nice, but they should have kept the character. There's nothing wrong with recasting these characters. Okay, yes. Are we endeared to the actors playing the characters? Yes. But the character must live on. Let's go.
Studio said to me, "Then, can we please have the finale of Fast and Furious April 2027? I said under 3 conditions. Under 3 conditions.
April 2027, my God. April, I don't want to wait that long for this movie. I just don't. But geez, EP, let's go.
Because I've been listening to my fan base. I have been listening to all of you who have been asking for 3 things. The first is to bring the franchise back to LA. Y'all can do better than that. Fast and the Furious is coming back to LA! The second thing was to return to the car culture, to the street racing. Oh, this is good. You want to know what the third thing was? Does anybody want to know what the third thing was? The third thing. The third thing was reuniting Dom and Brian O'Connor. That is what you're gonna get in the finale. Love you.
Yo, should have never not kept the character. Should have just kept it going, man. I don't know, man. Nah, we're not. No, I'm not gonna play that. No, sir. Yeah, Vin. Hey, listen, Vin eating good. Listen, people don't realize that Vin has producer credits on Hobbs and Shaw. So any spin-off movies of the Fast and Furious, Vin gets credit for that shit. That it's his franchise. That's his baby. So he gets money off everything spin-off wise, okay? But yeah, they should have never not kept the character going, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was a missed opportunity. I think that was a huge missed opportunity because I don't think it would have went as far as left with these last 3 movies the way it did, you know? Like, it was weird, man. It was weird. It's weird. Okay. Is that it? Let me see what's on. Okay, I'm gonna say that for last. Okay, what is this? No, okay. We're gonna get to the box office. We're gonna get to our summer box office predictions. Oh, Ironheart. Woo, buddy. Let's go.
You're gonna have negativity no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I've been, Transformers, people talking shit. This one, people, Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you can say on. Can I say shit? I don't know. But
I don't recall anybody talking smack about your performance in Transformers. Not you per se. They said that he was pretty much one of the bright spots in that movie. So I'm not sure where he said he was getting backlash from. But Dominique Thorne is a hard to look at woman. This is a very hard to look at woman.
Yeah, it's like everybody's gonna say whatever they want to say, but at the end of the day, like, we know what we made and we're proud of what we made, and
you should be proud of that crap. It's crap. I've only gotten through 15 minutes of the first episode. I refuse. I refuse. I've yet to finish Agatha. I've yet to start on Ironheart. It's not too many shows that I just refuse to get through, but those 2 stick out to me right now.
And I think that when you're the first of a thing, or we're not necessarily the first, right, to do this, but of all the shows, we're definitely different, right? And I think that when you're stepping out a little bit like that, you put yourself in a position where
it's not. Listen. The fact that she's a thief and she's money hungry and she's a schemer, scammer, she has no moral integrity. She gets with a crew of thieves. Look, this show is about black kids stealing, and the evil white man this, the evil white man that. You're at MIT for 4 years and you still haven't accomplished anything, and then at the very end, she makes a deal with the devil. Like, you're the problem. And the fact that y'all keep excusing Ryan Coogler from this is beyond me. Ryan Coogler is an executive producer. They don't throw that title around lightly. You don't get executive producer credits just because, okay? It's his media company that made this slop. that y'all just seem to forget or pass over. But let's continue.
Oh wow, you know, for people to say whatever they want, but you know what? I think everybody's entitled to their opinion, and you know, and at least they're talking about it, right? Because if they ain't, then I'd be worried.
Listen, nobody's checking for Eyes of Wakanda. I'm good. No. Marvel is just constantly shooting themselves in the foot. It makes no damn sense. Okay, let me get rid of that. Okay, what is this? Don't want to do that. Okay, let's do 2 music clips, and then we're gonna get to summer box office predictions. So let's go with this one first. This is dope. Shout out to Kanye. Kanye's amazing.
Just like that. When I move, you move.
Pretty slick. Shout out to Kanye. He pulled that out. He pulled that out of his hat. Let me see. Cash App. What's be a Cash App? Let me see. Mr. Robinson, thank you for the Cash App, sir. I appreciate that. Okay, you ask a 2-door Ranger versus the Longines Spirit in 40mm. Okay, listen. There's nothing wrong with the 2-door. Nothing. Listen, I would take a 2-door over Rolex. I mean, even though they're made in the same factory, same parts, 2-doors, you can just go out, walk into an AP and get one. There's no wait list for you, right? But Longines, man, Longines is on my list. If the money's not an issue, I'll go with the Longines. Longines. I would go with the Longines over the Tudor if the money's not an issue. But there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with the Tudor at all. I would take a Tudor over Rolex. They're the same fucking watch. You know, piece for piece. But because of how Rolex does their exclusivity and they're starving the markets and always assholes about certain brands and stuff like that, I would go to Tudor in day. But Longines, to answer your question, Longines over the Tudor if the money's not an issue. Hope that helps. So, but Longines is on my list. It's on my list. So, cool. I like questions like that. Awesome. All right. Let's go ahead and get to it, y'all. Let's go ahead and get to these summer, how I think this summer thing is going to go with these movies. So, with the trash. Wait, what's this? Is this music? No. Move like the trash. Like the trash. Hey, no, man, thank you for asking. I appreciate the questions. I love people asking what I think about, timepieces and stuff. I love this shit, Okay. Let's get caught up. Where the hell is my... Okay, here we go. All right, let's do some box office predictions. Okay, so as of right now, what's in the movie theater right now? Right now, How to Train Your Dragon is sitting at 463 million worldwide. I don't think this hits anything close to 1 billion. Jurassic Park comes out this week. And then next week is Superman. And then 2 weeks after that is Fantastic Four. I don't know, y'all. I liked it for what it was. This thing might maybe 600-700 million worldwide. I don't know. It's in a very tough spot. Had this thing came out earlier or later, it would have easily cleared close to 1 billion. 800-900 million easily. Minecraft is sitting at 950. Minecraft is at $954 million worldwide. Man, I would leave this thing in the theaters until it hits $1 billion. I would leave this in theaters until it hits $1 billion. That's what I would do. I would just let it run. Just let it run until it hits $1 billion. Lilo and Stitch is close as well. Lilo and Stitchy. $949 million worldwide. Let it sit in the theaters, man. Let it hit $1 billion just to have the accolade alone. Just to have the accolade alone. Just let it run. I don't care how long it takes. They do re-releases all the time. What's the difference? Just let it run. Let it run. I don't think How to Train Your Dragon doesn't hit maybe 600 or 700 million past that. All right. Jurassic Park Rebirth is at, where is it at? 200 million worldwide so far. Where are we at? Okay. Okay. What is this? Okay, this is pretty accurate. Okay. I don't know. I see numbers globally. For the weekend it'll be at around 200, 250. I don't know. Let's go elsewhere. I don't like this, the way it's set up. Okay, 120 with a 5-day opening. That's not good. Oh, you gonna make me read? No, come on. Dumb shit. I hate when you do this. Nope, no, I don't care for box office theory. No. Nope. Hold on. Let me see what Box Office Mojo. Let me just do. It should be. We should have some numbers. Nope, ain't come back yet. All right, so we're looking at 100 million. We're looking at roughly 100 million and some change. Hey, okay. I don't want the review, nigga. I just want give me numbers. All right, as of right now, we're looking at anywhere between $100 and $125 million opening for 5 days. You had a 5 day. You had a 5. Oh, man, that's not. That's not. I mean, shit. I think it has. I think it'll have better legs than possibly Superman and Fantastic Four. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Okay, so this is what we're looking at, anywhere between 100 and 125 to 135. Okay. All right, we'll see. All right. Now let's get to the one that I care about the most, that I know is going to flop. I don't care what none of y'all say. The numbers are not there. The numbers are not there for this movie. Y'all can hope and pray and wish all you want. Now remember, 3 weeks ago, they were saying this thing is going to open to $185 million. There's no way Nobody wants to see this movie the way y'all think it is. Okay, manufactured hype, right? So now it's looking like 100 million. It's looking like 100 million. Okay, so here we go. This is updated for today, right? Remember, early estimates were 185, and I said don't believe that. That's a lie. There's no way this movie opens anything close to this, right? And then it dropped. It kept dropping the numbers. And then it dropped it down to 125 to 145, right? And I was like, nah, still, no. So we're looking at, let me see. Now, this, we all understand that. Oh, come on, no. What is this? No. How do I excite this? We all understand this number is not real. We've seen the production budget numbers from Ohio, the tax form. The movie was $363 million. But this is... This is one of those numbers that was like, listen, just give it, we'll take anything at this point. So give us a win. So at this here means this movie will have to make close to $700 million to break even. This movie's not going to make $700 million. Okay. So now it is been projected down to around, okay. I'm hearing the Superman pre-sales are slowing down a bit. I have some sources saying this is looking at a $100 million opening. Okay. I have been bullish on this, saying this movie is going to do 160 to 175. I think that what's becoming more realistic is 120 to 140. I don't see it doing that either. Because guess what? We go to China. Superman tracking, Superman China tracking. It's at $22,000. $22,000 tracking for China. Oh, can I find it? I knew I should have said it to myself. Okay, China, Superman China pre-sales. There we go. Okay, Superman China box office pre-sales 77% lower than Aquaman 2. Okay. How much did the film earn on its first day of pre-sales in China? It is a slow start, and the film collected $22,000 only on the first day of the pre-sales. Okay. There is no Brainiac in this movie, sir. I mean, it's been pretty much leaked everywhere. Everybody knows what's going to happen in this movie. It's basically Lex Luthor and the Justice Gang and a giant dinosaur. That's pretty much it. Oh, and Superman clone, Ultraman. That's it. Okay? $22,000 first day of pre-sales. Okay? Now, let me get back to... So, I guess it all depends on what you believe. The low number is 100 million. The high number is maybe 125, 130. I don't see it doing 125, 130. I can see 100, maybe 110. And I don't see this movie beating Man of Steel. I just don't. As a matter of fact, let's see the metric for Man of Steel. And I'm talking non-inflation Man of Steel, because people like to, use inflation numbers. Because if you do Man of Steel inflation numbers, it's $900 million, and there's no way this does that. But anywho, Man of Steel, when it came out at its time, $670 million. James Gunn's Superman will not make this money. There's no way you'll never convince me, and you're lying to yourselves if you think James Gunn's Superman is going to surpass this. There's no way. No way. Okay? The public is tired of of poorly written comic book movies. There is a fractured fan base regarding DC. And a lot of people are not fans of James Gunn's style of movie making. I'm sorry. The hype is not real. Okay? I don't think the majority of people want to see a silly, jokey Superman. This is a movie for adolescents and kids and those that are in college that like college frat boy humor. Sorry, this movie is not going to do what you guys think. It's not going to surpass Man of Steel and gross. There's where? Show me where. Show me fucking where. Okay. Fantastic Four tracking. Let's see what that's doing. Because that comes out 2 weeks after this movie. So that's another chunk of monies that Superman's not going to make. I think you're going to have more families go to Fantastic Four than Superman. I think you're going to be surprised. Even with, Sue Storm being the leader of the Fantastic Four. $100 million, roughly. And don't forget, you got the Smurfs coming out a week after Superman. Don't sleep on the Smurfs. Do not sleep on the Smurfs. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but everybody can't afford to go to the movies like that, especially if you got a big family. Okay? So once again, just listen, just disregard this. Just don't even think. Listen, this thing is not gonna go past 130. It's just not. Fantastic Four looking like 125. This is too high. Let's not. That's cap. This is even high for Fantastic Four. Right? Yeah, Superman opening weekend numbers already lower to 135. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I conservative. Yeah, there we go. And several pseudo insiders have been reportedly more conservative with their range of between 90 and 125. I think it does 100, 110. Yeah. Fantastic Four's and projections increased from its initial expectation. This is going to do better than I think most people want to give it credit for. If you ask me for a dark horse, I'm going to say Fantastic Four. First, I'm going to say Jurassic, Rebirth, and then Fantastic Four, and then Superman third out of the 3 July movies. I think Fantastic Four is going to do way better than most people want to give it credit for. Okay. Okay. Any takers on what I just said? Any takers? Okay. I think that's it for me. I'm mad hungry. I'm super hungry right now. So I gotta go get me some meat because I'm just starving. I may come back later on. I keep saying that and I just never show up. So just don't hold me to it. I may or may not come back. Did I get everything though? As far as whatever I wanted to show. Let me see. Oh, last thing about Hollywood. Let's go here. Remember this woman? Does anybody remember this? Okay, this woman, this was years ago, but she ended up going to a psych ward, never to be seen again. Okay, never to be seen again. Let's see if we can find what happened to this woman. This woman never to be seen again. She was a model in Mexico. All right. She was a model in Mexico, and she went missing after this. They took her to a psych ward, never to be seen again.
Adelante.
Luis, esa es la triste realidad de
Gotta get your body. You're talking too much.
que, como observamos en momentos, intentó también agredir al elemento policíaco que logró someterla esta madrugada. Por eso que, bueno, vamos a buscar la versión de las autoridades del por qué uno...
Okay. They put her in the psych ward.
On the morning of August 4th,
all right, let's go.
Television viewers in the Mexican city of Monterrey, Nuevo León, or more commonly known as just Monterrey, were shocked and puzzled by a segment on the local news about an event from the previous night that took place outside of an upscale Monterrey hotel called the Fiesta Inn. The news clip shows a very distraught young woman who was tall and thin and wearing a ripped t-shirt. The woman was ranting and walking around erratically. Some passers-by took the video that made on the local morning news. As the woman continued to rave and the camera zoomed in closer, so did the attention of the public that was watching and listening to the bizarre scene, and still, now, to this day, 15 years after originally airing on Mexican television, speculation still exists as to who was Gabriela Rico Jimenez. In the bizarre clip that was originally aired on a television morning news segment, we are first introduced to the scene unfolding, where we will later come to meet the distraught woman as Gabriela Rico Jimenez, a young, thin girl who wide speculation from the public about the case would state was a prominent Mexican fashion model, outside of what seems to be the lobby of a hotel, yelling and visibly distressed. As we watch, we also start to listen to what she is saying, paying close attention to what seemed to be jumbled yelling and raving, the result of an obviously troubled person. But as watchers that day, and internet conspiracy theorists would since, people have speculated to whether this person was a genuine survivor and was witnessed and victimized by some of the world's most influential people, being caught up in a twisted and dark underworld. In the clip in which she's speaking Spanish, it translates into, I quote, "I wanted my freedom. Monterrey freed me, but it cost me a lot of work. I was in Mexico City for a year and 4 months. All of this began in mid-2001. I barely remember. They were young and powerful, and they killed them. I've been knocking on doors. What I wanted was my freedom. I want my freedom. Carlos Slim knew about this. I want my freedom. It hurts my soul that they took them away." End quote. This is the point where Gabriela starts to name characters and individuals into her rant, mentioning a man named Carlos Slim. Who is Carlos Slim? A Mexican business magnate, investor, and philanthropist, born the 28th of January, 1940. From 2010 to 2013, Slim was ranked the world's richest person by Forbes magazine. He derived his fortune from extensive holdings in a considerable number of Mexican companies through his group, Grupo Caso. As of December 2023, the Bloomberg Billionaire Index ranked him as the 11th richest person in the world, with a net worth of over $105 billion, making him the richest person in Latin America. Just for context, as Gabriela continues on, as the police begin to arrive, she says, and I quote, "Leave me alone. They've already taken me to the police station, and there they told me that they knew nothing. They took me to General Hospital. They took me to the General Hospital." The woman then pointed at an officer as she continued yelling, saying, You were there. Get the expletive away. You killed Mourinho. They told me who they killed. The Queen of England, the Queen of Germany. Did they kill the princesses? And Mickey Mouse? It was also him. What? As the police approached closer to her, she said, and I quote, "Nothing is going to come here. The people where you come from are crazy. They killed a lot of people. Death to that kind of human. Go away. They ate at humans. They ate humans. Disgusting. I wasn't aware of anything, of the murders. Yes, but they ate humans. Humans. They smell like human flesh," and I quote. As Gabriella moves away from the first two officers, a female officer then arrives on the scene and is able to apprehend the girl. As she is grabbed, she says the following, and I quote, "You're not going to take me until this is clarified. You already took me there. Let me go." And as she is forced away, the young woman was shoved into the back of a police vehicle, and this is where we first hear the name from the newscast as Gabriela Rico Jimenez, with the newscaster mentioning her by her name as they took her away. Again, with common internet and conspiracy lore saying to never be seen again or heard from, wiped away. And as we continue to dissect the clip and what was said, another individual is mentioned, who the internet deemed of great importance. Juan Camilo Mourinho Terrazo, or speculation would suggest is the Mourinho Gabriela had mentioned, was a Mexican politician affiliated with the National Action Party, or PAN, and served as the Secretary of the Interior in the cabinet of President Felipe Calderón. He died in November 2008 when the small private plane he was traveling in crashed into busy rush hour traffic in Mexico City under very mysterious circumstances. There were 16 fatalities in this supposed accident. All 9 people on board the plane died, along with 7 people on the ground. Juan Camilo Mourinho was only 37 years old.
Wow.
As President Felipe Calderón's strongman, Secretary Mourinho had been leading a government campaign against Mexico's powerful drug cartels. Did Gabriela know something of importance about this mysterious death? At the time, many in the public, and many to this day, suspected the circumstances surrounding his death and the conditions of the jet, with many speculations of foul play or tampering. Rumors would be quelled when a report would emerge stating that the 2 black boxes found from the accident had been sent to the United States to determine the causes of the plane crash. In November 2009, the Mexican government announced that the main cause of the crash was turbulence encountered because of the pilot's failure to slow down in time, approaching too close to the wake turbulence of a 767. And although officials' answers seem satisfactory, for the majority of the public, many still wouldn't believe the official narrative. Back to Gabriela. You can now see how the seemingly odd, random clip now seems to get more bizarre and interesting. Who was this girl? Did she really know these people? How did she know them? Could this mad raving actually have some merit? Could this be true? This is where the internet took over. All we were given is this 3-minute clip with no real backstory, so rumors began to arise, with the first and most prominent mention being that Gabriela was a well-known Mexican supermodel, even appearing on runway shows in LA, New York, and Mexico City. One widely believed rumor went as far as saying that she even posed for the cover of Mexico's Cosmopolitan magazine, with people saying they remembered seeing it vividly. Next was the rumors that Gabriela was involved intimately or personally with one of Carlos Slim's son, Carlos Slim Domit, referencing back to her rant where she mentioned the senior Slim. And lastly, that after being put into the back of the police vehicle, this would be the last you ever heard of Gabriela Rico Jimenez. Through all 3 of those widely believed narratives and theories, no evidence can be found to support any, with the first being no evidence to this day has ever came out and proved that a model named Gabriela Rico Jimenez ever existed.
What?
No magazine cover in archive, no runway footage or images, nothing. So how could it be that so many people can say they vividly remember seeing such cover or work of hers, but yet to exist? This is when conspiracy begins pushing the bounds, saying that all prior information and documentation of her modeling career must have been scrubbed off the internet. And coming from me personally, is there a potential possibility that some technology or some world power out there has the resources and expertise to completely wipe your existence off the earth and internet?
Yes.
Maybe. And even though she's mentioning literally the richest man in the world in Carlos Slim, it's highly unlikely that this theory is the case. But nevertheless, the next theory being that she was romantically involved with Carlos Slim Domit, or Carlos Slim's son. There is no evidence besides internet rumors and theories that suggest the following. No image or proof has ever been corroborated. And lastly, stating the following on the widely believed angle, that we would never hear from Gabriela again. After being taken into police custody, all mention and sight of her being erased forever. With online rumors adding gasoline to the fire, within a few weeks after Gabriela's disappearance, a statement appeared on the internet from someone claiming to have seen the supermodel at a local police station. The man, who was a lawyer visiting a client at the time, had this to say. Translated from Spanish, it reads, and I quote, "At that time, I was in the same place where the girl was taken after being arrested. I was doing my practice."
Jay, you my guy, but no, bro. It's not it. Bro, no. No. I don't know what online chatter you guys are privy to. Everything I'm seeing, no one's checking for Super. I'm sorry. Listen, when Minnie asked me, she said, "Where's the cool Superman?" I just knew. I'm like, oh, that told me everything I needed to know. She said, "Where's the cool Superman?" I was like, yep, this is not gonna work. And she's the prime demographic that they're aiming for. And she's like, No.
Practice in that place. I have a law degree. I still remember her face, full of despair, fear, and anguish. Being in front of her, I felt from her a very heavy and strange feeling. I approached her and asked her some questions, if she knew where she lived, etc.
Yeah, I don't think none of these summer movies, these July movies, hit $1 billion. I think Jurassic maybe 700-800. Fantastic might do 600-700. Superman ain't doing Man of Steel numbers. Nope. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
She told me that we were already dead, that we all were, that we belonged to them, among other very strange things that simply left me paralyzed. After 20 minutes of being with her, some tall, well-dressed men arrived. They practically forced me out of there. I asked why they were doing all this if she was just a poor girl with a mental disorder. I asked where they were taking her. They told me it was none of my business, that it was for my own good to leave her alone. When I walked away, they stopped me and asked me what she had told me. I replied, just crazy things, and I ran away. The next day, I went to the high officials of the ministry and told them about the subject, and that I wanted information because this girl's family had requested it. They just laughed at me and said, really? She doesn't exist. She never existed, and you don't work here. And I got a chill down my spine and left. I left everything. I left Monterrey. I had a feeling that what happened those days and what that girl said was true. I left everything and got out of there. She told me that in Monterrey, there is a kind of underground base where they live and regularly steal children for food and other things. Due to my profession, I do not dare to reveal my encounter. I have a family and children who depend on me, and for logical and reputational reasons, I can't. I'd like to go out and spread it to the four winds, but society would label me as crazy. Even though I have the marks of the attack, my back is still sore. There are nights where I just can't sleep. I have the same feeling, that feeling when I saw it for the first time. It's like a premonition. I appreciate you don't judge me for telling you that. And only I, those who were with me, and at the time know what happened. Those are monsters. At least the ones who attacked me was a monster. If he found me alone, he would have killed me. Is this anonymous internet source legitimate? Again, besides hearsay or rumors, no real evidence can be found to verify the account, or what really had happened to Gabriela after being detained by police. Many believe she was placed into a psychiatric ward in the Buenos Aires neighborhood of Monterrey.
Yeah, that's what I read, that she was in a psych ward, and they never seen her leave the psych ward ever again.
Before fully disappearing. Again, no evidence can be found to support or disprove the information. A lot of great investigative work and information has come out in the years following, lending weight to the fact that this case might not be as crazy and wide-reaching as originally speculated, but the ranting and raving of just a troubled girl who needed help and happened to mention the names of some prominent and public political figures of the time. And
this reminds me of who's the young sister, y'all, that was talking about the tunnels, and the little young black prostitute. What's her name, y'all? Abby, right? Because she was saying Obama and a couple other former elected officials, and I was just like, okay. Well, some of y'all know who I'm talking about. I think her name's Abby, the black girl. She's still online making videos here and there, but yeah, she was saying that she was taken by some higher up elected officials and had seen some things and stuff, and she's still out here talking.
Guys, that about wraps up the story of who was Gabriela Rico Jimenez. And basically, to sum it up, we still don't know who Gabriela Rico Jimenez is. A lot of great investigative work has been done on this case because typically...
There you go. Thank you. Allie Carter. Yeah. That's how I first came across her, like 4 or 5 years ago. She mentioned Obama, and I was just like, okay, anything's possible, But the fact that she's still out here, I know she filed a lawsuit. It didn't go anywhere, but, truth is always stranger than fiction. Always.
Internet lore and these type of stories, and all evidence points to the fact that there was no prominent model named Gabriela Rico Jimenez, that there was no connection to these people, and it was just a troubled girl that needed help and was in distress at the time, and it just happened to be caught on video. But guys, very interesting nonetheless, just the different angles that it takes you down, different rabbit holes, and like I said, a lot of previous work is done on this, from the multiple articles that I had read to the great video I saw from a channel named Scare Theater, basically going over different facets of the story and debunking whether it's true or not. And guys, again, with these type of videos and these type of internet lore.
Okay. Last clip, and I'm out of here. Man, I'm at 2.5 hours. Yeah, I've been on for too long. Last clip, and we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Jade, let me know if we're still good for tonight or if you need to reschedule. Totally up to you, sir. Okay, last clip, we out of here.
And showed that.
The fence showed that, yeah.
Just her sitting around not engaging in sexual activity.
Yes.
For the prosecution, when you had to have your headphones on and otherwise, what were you seeing then?
There was sexual activity, but I mean, it wasn't really.
Choose your words
Was
carefully.
it force? Did it?
No, it didn't. It didn't seem forced. It was actually like pretty tame.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she?
It was just a lot of rubbing oil and stuff on there. It wasn't anything too graphic.
Interesting. Okay, all good, Jay. Let's see. Tomorrow. Tomorrow works. Yeah, tomorrow works. Tomorrow's good. Yeah, I can rock it tomorrow. For sure. Hold on, let me go to Twitter and find a longer clip of that. That guy was one of the alternate jurors on the Diddy trial. Let's see if I can find a longer clip. Yeah, it's only 44 seconds. I can't find anything longer. Okay, here we go. Here's a longer clip. Let's go.
Some very graphic images, videos. You heard very sexual and graphic details. What was that like, hearing that? And how did it impact how you viewed the case?
No, they were very graphic, and but I think overall, it was we're looking at it from like one side, and it was definitely riveting and eye-opening.
What did you see on the videos? The press wasn't able to see it in real time.
Yeah. No, I mean, they were showing some of there was both the freak-offs and hotel nights, as they were called, from both of them. But it was.
Were they showing those videos?
They showed, well, again, the defense and the prosecution showed different clips, so they were very selective. Like the prosecution was showing more, just Cassie just sitting around.
The defense showed that?
The defense showed that, yeah.
Just her sitting around not engaging in sexual activity?
Yes.
The prosecution, when you had to have your headphones on and otherwise, what were you seeing then?
There was sexual activity, but I mean, it wasn't really.
Was it force?
No, it didn't seem forced. It was actually like pretty tame.
This guy sounds a little off.
It was just a lot of rubbing oil and stuff on there. It wasn't anything too graphic.
I don't know, man. He sounds sketchy as hell, y'all. He sounds sketchy as hell. I don't know about this dude. He sounds sketchy as hell, y'all. I don't know. Okay, that's my show for today. Okay, let me get out of here. Thank everybody for coming through. And once again, I want to thank Mojo for the 10 memberships. Holy cow. Thank you so much, brethren. I appreciate that. Yeah, so everybody got memberships. Y'all thank Mojo. Buy him a shot. And with that being said, I may come back later on tonight. Don't hold me to it. But until then, adieu.